Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Brenda Altraide. Let me tell you guys how this topic came about first. So yesterday I was laying down in my bed, bored as hell. There was no power supply, so I was just thinking of my life, generally thinking about everything that has happened to me so far, how life has been. And then I remembered a series of events that happened a long time ago, maybe like 8-9 years ago, when I was still in uni. And it just got me thinking. So I'm like, okay, let me share this topic with you guys. So today I'm going to be talking about why you should not revenge. Do not carry out revenge on anybody. I know it's easy to say, but thinking about my personal experiences, I've had quite a few experiences. I have had not a few, I'm lying if I say a few. I've had a lot of experiences, like a lot of situations that would have led me to, that would have warranted me to exact revenge on people. Is it revenge or retaliation? I was thinking about it. I'm like, revenge, retaliation, but I feel like they're the same thing, because according to the dictionary definition of both words, let me read it out for you guys. So to retaliate means to make an attack for a similar attack. It's like, do me, I do you. Then revenge, according to the dictionary, revenge is hurting or harming someone in return for an injury or wrong suffered at their hands. So I feel like they're basically the same words. Retaliate, revenge, they're not the same words, but they mean the same thing. So anyway, this is why you shouldn't do any of those. Like, don't retaliate or revenge, just let it go. It's easier said than done, I know that. But number one reason is that you can never really revenge a situation completely, like to your satisfaction. Like, you might, let's say somebody does something to you, maybe a betrayal. Are you going to betray them back as a revenge, or what does that even do, like, as a revenge? So for example, if you are going to revenge a theft, let's say someone stole from you, how would you revenge that? I get steal from them back, I get to ask them to pay you back. Like, how exactly would you revenge that? In my experience with, like, dealing with people who have done me wrong, there are situations that I didn't like. There are times that I have tried to, like, get my league back. Let's say someone's trying to cheat me out some money. I'll probably involve the police or something. I have involved the police on one occasion, but like, with, how life is with, like, betrayal in friendships or relationships or with family. Like, how exactly do you revenge that? When I was younger, I used to always do back. I used to be the queen of revenge when I was younger. Like, when I was a child, even if you're joking and you slap me, it's a joke, oh, hey God. But 3 days after, I will still slap you back that slap. I used to be that person. I used to be that child. Everybody knew, I'm not the one to mess with. Whatever you do to me, even if it will take me 2 weeks, I will do you back. My memory is sharp. Till now, my memory is A1. I can forgive, but I never forget. Like, I never forget. I can even, you can do something to me and I'll forget, and like, I'll forgive, and then, like, if you do something else to me again, like after I forgive you for that first one, I will now add the first one or this second one double. So I used to be that kind of person. But then in uni, there was this situation where I had a bricklayer. I don't know what they call them. Is it mason or something? Okay, so I hired this guy to tile my store. Then I had a store in school where I used to sell fashion accessories and stuff. So I hired this guy to come and tile my shop. This boy came, he gave me an estimate, blah blah blah, all the things he needed to buy and do. I gave him the money, you know. I even went with him to buy some of the items that he wanted to buy, because like we were not sure of some prices. So I'm like, okay, let's just put together something. So we went, we bought everything, like all the materials that he gave me estimate for, according to him, was going to be enough to get the job done, right? So I went and bought all the things I gave to him, and he started the job. And then halfway into when he had held half of the store, he now said he was out of materials. Like the tiles had finished, he had to buy more cement, he had to buy more sand. I'm like, what's going on? We did these calculations together. We went to even buy some of these things together. You were sure that it was going to be enough. So what happened? So apparently he had stolen some of those items and gone to use for someone else's job, because before he even came back to say that the materials were not enough, I didn't see him for like 2-3 days. Okay, so imagine my surprise, like, okay, you didn't show up for like 2 days and now you're coming to tell me that the materials that we bought, you are the experts, like it's your job. And it's not like I was the one that suggested we should buy so and so quantity. You gave me an estimate, like we did this whole, you gave me an estimate, you gave me, and you were sure, like you were sure that okay, this is what it would cost or this is what it would take to get this job done. And now we're here, you're telling me this. So what happened to the rest of the material? Because it was clear that like he had not used, there was no way he would have used all the tiles we bought, because like the store was halfway done and I know the quantity of tiles we bought, it was supposed to cover the entire store, like just merely looking at it. Do you get? So if we needed to buy more, it wouldn't be for half the store, like it probably be for maybe a very little portion when you're like almost done. You get? So that happened. I was so confused, but I'm like, okay, I want this thing done, so here is some more money, go and buy what you need. And that was how this boy japa with my money. I was calling him for weeks, he wasn't taking my calls. My friend who referred him to me, she was also calling, he was ignoring her because he tiled her own store too at a different location. So that's how this boy japa with my money. I took my loss, I got someone else. Excuse me. I took the loss, took my L in peace, got someone else to get the job done. I set up and I started my business. So 2 weeks after I opened the store, wasn't even up to 2 weeks, I think maybe 1 week, I don't know, I can't remember, it's been really long. So I opened the store, and one of those days, I don't know what happened, I had a car then, but I don't know what happened to my car. I had to take a taxi from my lecture hall, like from the campus to where my store is. And guess who the taxi driver was? It was this boy. I got into the taxi, I pretended like I didn't recognize him. He also did the same, he locked up. Cool. So he took me to my store, we got there, came off, I paid him. As I was paying him, one of my neighbors, like there was this woman opposite me, she was very friendly and nice. So she came and she was like, is this not the boy? Like after, okay, I was paying him, then she was walking towards, she was looking at him and she was walking towards me. So I paid him and he quickly reversed, like to turn and leave. So she came and she's like, is that not the boy that you paid to tell your store that ran away with your money and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, he's the one. Yeah, you're just letting him go. I'm like, what will I do? I did as if I did not recognize him. Him too, he did as if he did not recognize me. He drops me off, I paid him, he collected money. Shebi, you're seeing how people are. She was like, Tata Show, I would have apprehended him now. As he came here, I would have raised the alarm. They will arrest him, they will do this. I'm like, what will now come of it? You arrest him, you go to the police station, you spend your time and your money. What would that happen? Like, what is really going to happen? How much? he probably doesn't have the money. Even if he has the money, it's probably taking some time to do that. Like, I just wasn't feeling like my normal self, normal me. From the point where I saw him, we will not even bargain price. It's fight straight, trouble straight, wahala straight. But that day, the whole thing, that was when I knew that, okay, you're starting to mature, you're actually growing. So that whole drama happened that day, and that was it. About a month later, I traveled. I used to go out of states. Like, I used to go from Port Harcourt to Lagos, then from Lagos to Cotonou, from Cotonou to Ghana. You know, that was my route to buy stuff to stock my store. So I used to travel that way most times, then to buy stuff to sell. So I was in Ghana about a month after this incident, and my friend, the one who had referred him to me, called me, and she was like, Brenda, you will not believe what's happening. I'm like, what is happening? She said she was just passing through Choba, where the boy used to live. Like, he used to live around there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how she knows where he used to live. So she called me and she said so that she was just passing through this neighborhood, and she saw obituary, and she saw some people seated under a canopy that they were having a ceremony. So she asked, and they said that the person in the obituary, it was his burial. Then she looked at the obituary picture, because they had this big picture, like, you know how Port Harcourt people like to block road to do ceremonies. So they had this big picture of him, like the obituary, on the road, facing the road. So when she looked at it, she recognized him, and she said, is this not this boy? Then she looked at the name, and she confirmed that it was him. Wow. So that was why she called me, to tell me that, look, they are burying this boy that ran away with your money. Did I feel good about it, knowing that he had died? I did not, because it's not going to put money in my pocket. It's not going to refund me. But it got me thinking, who knows how many times or how many people he has played these games with? And he probably did with someone else and met his Waterloo. Like, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know how he died or whatever. But I'm just saying, one thing that people don't realize in life is that for every action, there is a reaction. There's a ripple effect for everything that you do, everything that you say. Like, it's crazy. One good deed will multiply, like ripple effect. You do something nice for this person, they feel good, they do something nice for the next person, that person feels good and does something nice for another person. Ripple effect. So ripping people off, you're also creating that ripple effect. Now, I did not take it to say, oh, this person did me so and so, and I went to do something else to someone. I'm not that kind of person. I mean, I think at least I know enough not to do that. But how many people know enough not to do that? And a lot of people don't believe in karma, and I find it funny because there are natural laws that govern this earth, and we all know that, like, we know that there are natural laws in existence that govern life in general. So I don't know why you will not believe in karma, because the law of karma is simple. You do, it comes back to you. Whatever you do comes back to you. So it can come back to you in any form. Nobody is guaranteeing you that if you steal, they will steal from you. They might not steal from you. You can steal and they will give you HIV. You can steal and it's your father they will go and rob. Do you understand? Like, I don't know. So like, there's really no point, right? After I had that experience, I realized that there's really no need in doing people back or wanting to retaliate or revenge or nah. There's no need for that, because as long as we're all on earth, except they want to go to another planet, I don't know. But as long as whoever offends you is on this earth, they will collect. not necessarily from you, like not necessarily from your hands, but one way or the other, whatever you do comes back to you. If you do good, it comes back to you. If you do bad, it comes back to you. Same thing applies to like parents and how they treat other people. The way you treat other people is the kind of experience that your children will have. Don't focus on wanting to do back to people. When people hurt me these days, all I do is I cut them off. Instead of revenge or retaliation, I just cut people off. If you mess with me the way that I don't like, or you treat me how I don't like, carry my bag, I go. Carry my leg, I move, I exit. I'm not the one. Because when you retaliate or when you revenge, somebody does something, you do it back to them, you are creating karma for yourself and not necessarily good karma. The only time you create good karma is when you do something positive, when you do something good. Number one, retaliation will bring you bad karma, especially when it's negative. It'll bring you bad karma. Don't do it. Don't allow anybody to make you feel like you have to do back. Do you understand? Like if your friend sleeps with your boyfriend, I must do her back. What's the point? There are plenty of people that are lining up to do her back. You don't have to. You don't have to. You doing that, you're just creating bad karma for yourself. And the lessons that come with bad karma, they are harsh. Like, they are harsh. In fact, you even write the exam before you learn the lesson. It's crazy. I think I've been there once before, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. So, I feel like that's enough reason to not revenge or retaliate. Plus, secondly, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Yes, you heard me. It is not worth it. Nobody is worth the effort. Not worth it. Instead of revenging, level up. Level up to the point where you cannot even, like, those kind of people who would do those kind of things to you cannot even stand your presence. Like, it's like they are not enough to be in your presence. Like, they cannot, like, the ego soar higher, they can't reach there. It's not their terrain. You get? So cut that revenge, do me, I do you thing back. If someone does something to me and I start to feel revengeful, like I'm going to do you back, I cut them off, to be honest. Because you cannot revenge somebody that is not in your life anymore. Because number one, you don't know what, and when I say cut them off, it's not like eye service cut off. No, I block you on social media, I block your contacts, everything. If we have mutual friends that always post you, I mute them. I am thorough with my cut off. Like, my sword is sharp. I do it extremely well. I do it good. I do it very well. I'm great at it. So forget about revenge, okay? It's not worth it. I believe that God always has my back. Like, I believe that you cannot do something to me and go scot-free. And I believe that I don't have to do anything, like, to pay people back in their own coin. I used to think like that before, like, if you do me something, I'm not doing back. But, like, I've grown, life has taught me, God has helped me. Now I understand that what people do to you has nothing to do with you. That's why this whole the purpose of revenge is so not worth it, because it's not about you. Whatever they did to you, it's not about you. So there's no need to say you want to do back. There's no need. If you have any questions or contributions, like anything you want to know, any video suggestions, anything really, please leave it in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and have a beautiful, lovely weekend.
But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.